Welcome, guys, to another episode of the August Love Story podcast. I'm your host, Tommy T, and this is my beautiful wife, the co-host, the other host, the hostess with the mostess, my wife, Artieka T. What's up, babe?
Hi, Tommy.
How are you?
I am well. How about yourself?
Feeling good, feeling great. Feeling great, feeling good. How are you? This episode today, man, is something my wife picked out. We're talking about friendships.
Yep.
Friendship breakups. I've had my fair share of those. It was an article written by someone.
It was on the website XO Nicole, and I'll link it in the description box of the YouTube video. And I'll try to put it in the show notes for the actual podcast episode too.
Are we doing show notes now?
We always have done show notes.
Oh, I've never done show notes, but okay.
I know you haven't.
How you want to start this off?
Just talk about it.
I mean, tell them about the article.
I thought you were going to tell them.
No, you got it.
I don't remember. So essentially the article, as I'm scrolling to pull it back up, was an interview with Issa Rae. Or it was some quotes that were pulled from an interview with Issa Rae about navigating friendship breakups when it's nobody's fault. And I wanted to take it a step further for us because sometimes there is a person at fault for a friendship breakup, and it doesn't make the friendship breakup hurt any more or any less because there was or was not a person at fault. So, essentially in that she discussed how one of her friends was going through a divorce at the same time that Issa was trying to launch her career, and they just couldn't get on the same page with each other. Her friend felt like she wasn't there enough for her, and she felt like her friend wasn't there enough for her. So that's pretty much the basis of the article. Would you like to start off with your experiences there?
Yeah, sure. Why not? Let's do it. My experience with friendship breakups are like, honestly, man, I never really thought about them. Like it's crazy because I start missing my friends, and like I reminisce on the things that we used to do and stuff like that. I'm like, dog, man, what happened? You know, but for me, it's just a simple. It is what it is. Oh, now I ain't gonna lose sleep over it. I ain't gonna, weep about it or anything like that. But this one instance, man. It was a guy. He was supposed to be in my wedding. Great friend of mine. Still to this day, if he hit me up and I would treat it as nothing happened. Because that's the way I feel like with friends. A lot of my friends I treat like family, because I look at friends, especially the close ones, especially the ones that have been with you, done things with you, helped you out, you help them. That's family to me. And I mean, just to consider a person family, it means a lot, So this guy, this particular friend, he just disappeared, He just ghosted you. Yeah.
You usually don't hear about friendship ghosts, but I guess it's because we don't talk about it. Like when someone disappears from our lives, we just kind of let it completely like fizzle out and just don't bring it up anymore.
Right. And so the thing that happened with that one, and the reason why it stands out the most to me is because somebody else had like sent me a message on Facebook or something like that telling me about this particular friend talking about me, saying that, he didn't like my wife and I changed because of my wife and stuff like that. And my response to it was, well, he didn't say it to my face. And even if he did, he doesn't have to like my wife. I am. And that's my responsibility.
I don't know what
to like my wife
have done to him.
It doesn't matter.
I mean, I'm just saying, like in general, like we had no interaction, I don't know.
But
what could have happened there.
But the same thing to say is, when that message got to me, man, it did not faze me. It did not change the way I felt about this person. And still to this day, I feel the same way because I the way I look at it, man, your true friends, you don't have to talk to your true friends every day. You didn't have to be around each other every day and stuff like that. You will talk to people that's supposed to be in your life. Maybe people are not supposed to be in your life. You know what I'm saying? But
it's kind of like that reason, seasons, lifetime situation.
Exactly. So, whatever he's going through, I wish him the best and everything. And if he needed me, he would reach out to me. I did reach out to try to find him, quote unquote, find him. But nobody knew where he was at or had talked to him. So it's like,
so it wasn't just you that he disappeared from. Right. It was like the friendship circle because you guys had a group of friends. Right.
So it's like everybody's like, nah, we ain't talked to him. So and it was hard, because you try to think of what you did, what could have happened and stuff like that. But then for me, it was like once that message got back to me, I was like, it's nothing that I did. It's nothing that I said. Whenever he gets himself together, he'll come back around. And we'll just talk about catching up. Yeah. For the most part. What about for yourself?
I think there are two friendships of mine that have ended that stick out. One of them is essentially the friend that I had, their spouse basically ended most of their relationships with the opposite sex. Yeah. She went on a tirade, basically said, I don't want him to talk to any of y'all anymore. And literally all of the women that were in his life came to the same general consensus. It's not us. Yeah. It's her, because we all are still friends and he still reaches out to us, but it's not the same. Yeah. I don't ever want to feel like we have to sneak and be friends because of a significant other. So I'm okay with you taking a step back for your relationship because if it came down to it, I would have to do the same for my relationship. But we still like interact here and there, but it's not at all like it was in the past. And I knew that it wouldn't be like it was in the past because honestly, we live in two different places. Things fizzle out, people move on, get new friends, get new spouses, all that stuff. But that's one of the ones that sticks out in my mind. And that's one of the ones where truly neither me nor the other person felt a way about each other. Yeah. It was just there had to be a division created and
that was the line.
That was the line. And once I realized from talking to other friends that I wasn't crazy, I was like, oh, okay, well, all of us are on the same page. Like every single one of the rest of us are on the same page. So if all of us are on the same page, then okay, it's them. Yeah. Let's move on. The other friend comes from very similar times as you. When I was going through and picking out bridesmaids, she never told me this, but she told someone else this, and that person related to someone in the wedding party, and then it got back to me. Yeah. But essentially, she felt a way when I did not ask her to be a bridesmaid. And for me, the people don't know this, but I'm going to explain it. You had a long, extensive list of people that you wanted in our wedding. You did. Like when you listed out your short list of groomsmen, they had like 12 people on it. Let's not do that because I have emails.
Don't do me.
And I honestly, when we were wedding planning, only wanted 2 bridesmaids. I only wanted my sister and my cousin because I have one sister and I have more than one female first cousin, but she's the closest. Like she lived here. I was her one bridesmaid in her wedding, and it was going to be literally the inverse, just plus my sister. When you came up with your short list, I found a way to meet you in the middle. Yeah. And we met in the middle with 5 and 5. So with that, it was essentially my 3 closest friends, my sister, and my cousin. And it wasn't to say that other people could not be around or take part or have something to do in the day, because my best friend was not in our wedding. Yeah. And I didn't want to place my best friend in the wedding because my best friend is a guy. And I didn't want to add to your side because I didn't want you to feel obligated to have to add to my side. So that was.
I had one in the chamber though.
You did, I know, because you also have a very close female friend. Yeah. So it would have essentially been okay, and I love her to death. So it wouldn't have been an issue for her to be over there. But I was just like, this is becoming too many people.
Right.
And I couldn't deal with that like by myself. Like that was an internal conflict. So I was trying to make this as simple as possible. And my friends that were involved were literally like, I'm okay if you don't put me in the wedding. And so that's why I made them the easiest choices, because I knew that they would just do what I needed them to do, and they wouldn't be on the path of let's go do all this other stuff. So I said all that to say this. That friendship created a division, and I think we may have talked once or twice since the wedding, but honestly, we haven't talked in years. And I'm not saying that I wouldn't be able to pick up where we left off, but we just haven't talked. And it's one of those things that the friendship has fizzled. It's okay. I'm okay with it. It's just sometimes you wish that a conversation could occur so that it can bring a sense of this wasn't my this wasn't the reason that you think things happen, because people internalize things and come up with
all type of stories.
Yeah, they come up with things in their mind about why people have done things. And sometimes it's just so simple as it just didn't fit.
Right.
Like, I did not want 15 bridesmaids. So I had to draw a line in the sand, and my line in the sand was here. You may have been one over the line, but my line in the sand was literally here. Sorry, you didn't make the line in the sand.
Yeah, like it's crazy because it's like with friendships, man, you look at certain friendships that you know, like I got friends from back home that I met when I was a child, and we're still friends. No, we don't talk every day. And, you know, we may only talk on birthdays or not even on birthdays, you know what I'm saying? But it's still a mutual respect, and it's still a I love you at the end of the day. Because for me, like I said, friends and family to me, I love all my friends, you know, even the ones that have disappeared. You know what I'm saying? So
one of your disappearing friends came back.
Yes,
recently.
he did. Yes, he did. And you know, the first thing I said to him was he apologized to me. And the first thing I said, you don't have to, because I didn't understand what was going on with him. I knew something was going on with him, and I was always going to be available to him to call me, you know, and that's what I feel like when it comes to friendships ending, because like even with relationships, and that was one of the things that stuck out to me in this article was that it was said that relationships are given way more respect when they end versus friendships getting the respect. And I agree with that. Friendships do need to have that respect when they end. Like in a relationship, you want to get closure to that relationship by knowing, hey, we broke up because. Yeah,
we broke up because, and we tried all we could.
Right. And so even with friendships, man, friendships dwindle away because of proximity. Because of, you know, you grow into two different directions. You know what I'm saying? Whatever, like anything can cause friendships to just fickle away.
Apparently spouses.
But, you know, at the end of the day, it's like with those friendships dwindling away, you still have something there. For somebody to just disappear, it's unfair to the friend that's like, well, what happened? Because still they care about you. You know what I'm saying? It's still, when it ends, it's you don't have that person that you talk to. You know what I'm saying? Especially if they're close friends. So, you know, when friendships end, man, get some closure from it. And it's funny that friendships actually end. because it's not a commitment there. You don't have to.
It's not like you went and got a license or anything like that and said, we are going to be best friends. I know you didn't watch Real Housewives during this time in life, but there was a time when Cynthia Bailey first got on the show. She made a friendship contract with Nene.
Oh, yeah.
And they signed it and everything. And it's like, we don't do that. Like, that's not a thing.
That's not natural to do. It's like.
And they burnt it. So
we friends or we cool, we're associates. But what people are in your circle, what people, and as you get older, your circle gets smaller.
I'm always weary though, like of people that have too many friends in their circle that are like grown. Yeah. Because I'm like, how do you maintain all these close friendships? Because it's hard to like be a wife, be a mom, have a ton of close friends. Like I be struggling with my little five. Yeah. And then like having family around, because for some instances, especially in my case, my family is my friends.
Oh,
like,
for sure.
I absolutely love talking to two of my cousins on a regular basis. Yeah. Like I talk to all the time. One of them, our kids literally FaceTime each other every day. Yeah. And it's the worst conversations because they're 1 and 2. Yeah. But it's like having those interactions and then trying to add friendships into it and trying to juggle spouses and talking to parents and navigating everything else in life. Like it gets exhausting. It's like, just stop talking to me, guys.
No, I mean, like friendship, like forming a friendship is very interesting, man. Like I always look at me and Ricky friendship. Just because
we forced that.
Yeah. 2 grown men, y'all trying to make us friends, but I get it though.
So for clarity, Ricky is one of my really good friends' husbands, and we knew that he and Tommy both had similar interests in video games. Like they played the same video games. So one day we just jokingly set up a date for them and was like, okay, I'm gonna add him. And then we just were like, y'all go play together. And literally y'all became cool. Yeah. And I don't think either one of y'all play the game like that anymore. Nah. But like now when we do go to where they live, you guys get to hang out with each other and you have common experiences outside of just y'all's wives or friends.
Right, exactly. And we have each other's numbers. We're able to call each other, but it is just how the friendship formed was through our wives. And I think that's also an interesting combination too, is that you get into these relationship friends, you become friends with the friends that your wife or your husband is friends with, the circle. And, you got couple friends at that point. So I think friendship is always interesting. Ending friendships or the end of friendships, I don't feel like it needs to be announced like a relationship, but
you need to go on Facebook and be like
not my friend no more.
Me and Tommy are no longer friends. Don't ask what happened. Right.
I don't think that needs to happen. But I mean, like it's normal, I think, for people to grow away from each other, but I don't think it's normal for people to be like, nah, I'm not your friend anymore. I think that's childish.
It can be.
Because children literally say,
I'm not your friend anymore.
I'm not going to be your friend anymore. Okay. You got your whole life ahead of you, man. But that's all I got, man. We got any listener letters for today?
We do. So please send your listener letters to ouraugustlovestory@gmail.com and we just may read it aloud on the show. Today's listener letter says, I am in my 3rd trimester of pregnancy and single. The father comes around to help here and there, but he is very clear that he doesn't want to ever be with me. He wants to still date and maintain his single persona. It hurts to see because I never wanted this type of family dynamic. There are things that I do need help with around the house, and more importantly, I haven't gotten the emotional support from him that I feel like I need. He is currently dating other women, and I know there's nothing that I can do about that. He does tell one of the girls disrespectful things such as he wishes the baby was with her instead of me. I need to know how I can best communicate with him and get him to step up and be more supportive once the baby is here. Please help.
I don't.
You don't want to what?
Nah,
you
like,
don't want to offer advice.
She's like he's. Woo.
I think that I would draw the line at like saying that you wish you were having a child with someone else is very disrespectful.
Yeah.
Like I feel like that needs to be vocalized, verbalized, whatever lies you want to use.
The fact that it got back to her.
He probably said it to her.
He probably told her that. But the fact that it was said back to her, no, you don't do that. But my thing, the one thing that I'm stuck on is she wants to be in the relationship. Like, she got to get past that.
Yeah, she wants a family unit.
Yeah, but you're not going to get that with this man.
She's not getting a family unit.
You like, the thing is, you're not going to get it with him. You want him to be supportive of you, but he's not required to be supportive of you. He's only required to be supportive of that child.
I am wondering what support looks like.
Yeah.
Because I had a rough pregnancy and I don't really know what support looked like until I was in the delivery room. From hearing the story, it's like what she wants from him is for him to be there for her, because it's nothing that he can literally do. Right. That's what I was getting at. While you're pregnant, there's nothing that the other person can do aside from be a listening ear or just be there, because you can't take any of the aches and pains away. Right. You can't take any of the morning sickness away. So I'm struggling with what that looks like. And I think that that's the first thing, is you need to determine what that looks like for you. And once you know what the support looks like, you can then verbalize what you want out of the situation. And then from there, you guys can come to a middle ground. Yeah.
But I don't think she's going to get what she's portraying in this message. Like, you just you're going to be a single mom and he's going to be a single dad. You guys just have to learn, once the baby gets here, is scheduling. You guys have to learn how you guys want to parent. Those are conversations you need to have. And that needs to be had right now, because worried about him being there for you emotionally, which is what I get from that message, is that she wants him more so there for emotional support.
But still, what does that look like? Because
essentially that's all he can do at this point. He can possibly go to the doctor's appointments with you, but what sense does that make for him?
And not even just that, can he? Because COVID is still looming. Right. So, can he even do that, physically? Right,
exactly. He's going out on dates and stuff because he obviously don't want to be with you. So, you have to get over that point or get past that point. Once you make terms with that, now you don't have to be a-hole about it. You don't have to be mean to him, and you don't have to take disrespect from him. But at the end of the day, you guys can co-parent, and you need to take this time now to actually say, hey, how are we going to co-parent? How are you going to be a part of this child's life? How can we work together to be a part of this child's life? To know that this child has both their parents in support of them, even though their parents are not together. And I think a lot of times, if we can learn to work with each other like that, a lot of times we can kind of get over.
Co-parenting can be beautiful.
Yeah. It's hard.
If we decide to do it and do it well. Right.
It's like, man, you just figure it out, man. Stop looking for some type of emotional boyfriend, girlfriend, I love you type of support, and start looking for, how do we get through this together? How do we work as a team and go in one direction? So,
absolutely. I agree.
Oh. All right then. So hopefully that helps you in some form. You know, what's the quote of the episode?
So
moving right along,
I picked a song by Jay-Z featuring his wife, his beautiful wife, Beyonce, called Family Feud. And the song lyrics say,
nobody likes when the family feuds.
Okay, I wasn't on that part.
Oh, okay.
Super Bowl goals. My wife in the crib feeding the kids liquid gold. We in a whole different mode. Kid that used to pitch bricks can't be pigeonholed. I cooked up more chicken when the kitchen closed. You said like that was prolific.
It was, man. This man is prolific, man. Anyway, okay. Jay-Z. Anyway. I was excited because he was shouting out Beyonce and breastfeeding because shout out to the moms that breastfeed. You know how I feel about breastfeeding moms. Yep. Like I feel like y'all are the greatest. I learned so much from you breastfeeding.
I'm ready to be done.
She gets it off the tap. So
she does. It helps.
Well, guys, there you have it, man. Friendships end and you know, relationships end, and I don't think it's not a like real.
It's not the end of the world,
right? It's not the end of the world, but we do have to treat those with respect and everything like that. So thank you guys for listening to another episode of the August Love Story podcast. If you haven't already, please go subscribe to the channel, August Love Story. Is it just August Love Story?
August Love Story on YouTube.
One day I'm gonna learn it.
We are August Love Story on Instagram and on Facebook. I am Artieka on Instagram. Tommy is I am Tommy T the Third. Both of those, if you're watching on YouTube, will be listed down below in the description box. If not, then I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, you can find it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's all we got, man. And be on the lookout for new things from 3 Out Media. So I'm out. Peace.
Bye, y'all.